All right, about to pick my device of the year. Now, of course, last year, for those of you that have been following me, my device of last year was the Note 20 Ultra because this device does everything I needed to do. So this was my device of the year. Now, of course, most YouTubers that are much bigger than me, they have other devices such as the Z Fold 5 and the S23 Ultra. I don't have any of those newer devices. But what I do have, I love and I enjoy. So, I'm going to share with you all my device of the year. Now, this has not necessarily an easy choice because these are the three that are in the running for my device of the year. But I do have a device of the year, of course, and I'm going to explain to you why. Now, first, I want to go over why I love these three devices. Of course, the Note 20 Ultra, Samsung. I'm a Samsung Knight. One UI to me is the best Android software on the market. That's my opinion. Okay. So many features. I mean, if you're a person that's into features, you love features, One UI is what you want. I'm telling you, because you can customize your phone so much and it's one-handed friendly is what I like about it probably the most. How everything comes way down, no matter how big the screen is, everything comes down very low for you to easily be able to access whatever feature you need to use, in the settings. It makes, just going operating your phone so much easier. And of course, the S Pen, Samsung Dex, Edge panels, Edge lighting, Samsung Pass. I mean, this phone is loaded down with so many things that I actually use and I use on a regular basis. Okay, except the S Pen, I don't use that on a regular basis, but everything else I use on a regular basis. I mean, it's just loaded with all the stuff that I actually use as Samsung Notes. I use that on a regular when I'm doing these videos. That's where I put all my notes at, Samsung Notes. So this this device pretty much does everything I need to do. My biggest issues with this device though, the battery life is number one. Is the number one issue I have with the Note 20 Ultra. I mean, it's just not good. It's really not. Now, I'm a moderate to heavy user. I use my phone differently than all of you out there because I'm just different. Like I'm using always on display all the time. It's at its brightest point. I'm using 100% brightness. I'm using 120 hertz refresh rate. I'm using the majority of all the features that's on here. So I use my phone pretty heavy. Okay, I got a lot going on with this phone. So my battery usage is going to be different than yours. And a regular day for me is a 17-hour day. For some of you, maybe 8 hours, maybe 10 hours. But for me, 17 hours, I can't get through a full day with this phone without, charging it in the middle of the day. The Z Fold 4, I've only had this device now for about a few weeks. And I'm not going to lie. I fell in love with this phone really, really quick. These cameras back here are amazing. I'm not going to even lie. They absolutely annihilate and destroy the cameras on the Z Fold 2, which is what I had previous to this. Destroy them. Not even close. I mean, the cameras on here are great for me. Look, I'm not no photographer. I'm not no videographer or cinematographer. Look, I know what looks good to me. I know what I like. And I'm just saying, and I already did a full review. Check out my photos and videos of this device. Check it out for yourself. I love the cameras on this device. But the front display, this is what sold this device for me because with the Z Fold 2, it was just way too narrow for me. It was just unusable. This is much, much more usable. I don't have to literally open up my device unless I want to. There's no need to. With the Z Fold 2, I had to open it up all the time because the front display was just way too narrow. It was just unusable for me. Now, everybody's not going to agree with that. You may feel totally different, and that's okay. I mean, that's okay if you feel differently. Some people like the narrower display. It's cool. It was just too narrow for me. This is the sweet spot. Now, do I prefer a little wider? That would even be better. But some people like the fact that it's so one-handed friendly. Like, even for me, I have short fingers. I don't have long fingers. So if I'm gonna send a text, if I'm gonna send a text message, hold up. I don't know why I went to that. All right. Well, let me go to YouTube real quick. I don't know why that's being a pain in the behind right now. So say if I'm on this video and I see I can easily reach every letter. Like when I go across here, I can reach everything. On my regular Note 20 Ultra, I can't reach. I mean, I literally have to do this in order to reach. I have to use it with two hands. But I can easily text one-handed because this is much wider and it's way more usable. Now, I know some people you could, swipe. I don't swipe, honestly. I don't use the voice text that much because it's not that accurate. Google is just way better when it comes to speech and text. So I just literally just type it out. But it's just so much more usable. And also, if I say if I want to go into YouTube and I want to watch a video or I want to be scrolling stuff, I could easily see everything because everything is so much bigger. If I go to Facebook, which I don't do often, I could easily see everything. Everything is not, super narrow. I could comfortably see everything, and I don't necessarily have to open up to the bigger display, especially if I'm out and about, and I'm saying I'm in the supermarket or I'm standing in line. I could open up this comfortably, do whatever I need to do without having to open it up. But the thing I love most about this is that you can open it up and turn it into a small tablet. I love it. Okay. That's what does it for me. Two phones in one. You got the smaller outer display and the bigger inner display. And I use this majority for social media, such as Facebook and also YouTube. And just watching movies in general, I love this huge display. And the multitasking on here is second to none. It's awesome. It really is. So that's why I love this device so much. I wish the battery life was a lot better because I like utilizing this larger display only because I like to watch a lot of content on here as far as videos, especially when I'm home. If I'm out and about, I don't use the outer display that much, mostly I don't use the inner display that much, mostly the outer display. But when I'm home, I like, to use the inner display. So this phone is a beast. It has all the features as far as the software that the Note 20 Ultra has, but you got two phones in one, which I absolutely love. And you got two different, you can have two different home screens. So the home screen, the way I got it set up on here, it could be totally different on the inner display. And I believe Samsung still is the only foldable that will allow you to have two different home displays. So, and in my opinion, even though OnePlus Open is a great device, it's out there now, I still believe Samsung still has the best overall software for foldable phones. I still believe that because there are things that you can do on Samsung's foldables you can't do on other foldables. But once I get my hands on that device and review it, then I could say for certain. But I still believe Samsung has the best software. So this one is. Those are the reasons why I love this phone so much. And of course, for those of you that follow me, my Vivo X Note. Absolutely love this device. This device is awesome. 7-inch Quad HD plus 120 hertz display. 7 inches. This is the biggest phone that I have. It's huge. It's vivid. It's bright. It's gorgeous. The biometrics on here are absolutely phenomenal. Face unlock, fingerprint sensor, great. The performance on here is better than both of these devices. Both of them better these devices. The performance on here is better. Faster, smoother. The display is the same brightness as the Note 20 Ultra, but it just still seems like it's brighter on this device. This device has a better looking overall display than that of the Note 20 Ultra to me, to my eyes. 5,000 milliamp hour battery, 2 days battery life. I'm not getting 2 days on either one of these devices. I can't even get through a full day with the Note 20 Ultra. I can get through a full day with with the Z Fold 4 if I don't go too crazy with their inner display. But I can't get through a full day with the Note 20 Ultra unless I use it lightly, okay? But 2 full days, moderate to heavy, on the Vivo X Note, no issues whatsoever. Performance, like I said, fast and super buttery. I mean, smooth as silk. Oh, man, I love the performance on this device. The cameras on here are phenomenal, excellent. The speakers are good. Now, I think the speakers on the Note 20 Ultra are a little bit better than that of the Vivo X Note. Just a little bit, okay? All right, next, the battery charging speeds. 80-watt wired charging can charge this phone from 0 to 130 minutes. 50-watt wireless charging. None of these are even coming close. 10-watt reverse wireless charging. When it comes to charging speed, this device kills both of these devices in all 3 categories, okay? This device is absolutely awesome. It's super customizable. It is basically as customizable as the Note 20 Ultra. It really is. I mean, I'm supposed to be doing a video on the settings, which I'm going to do. But man, as soon as I started going to the settings, trying to prepare myself for it, it was just so much stuff to go over. It was giving me a headache. So bear with me when I do the video, because I'm telling you now, that's not going to be a quick video. This phone is loaded with so many different ways you can customize this phone. It's going to make your head turn. I mean, make your head spin. So that might be an hour video. Or I say anywhere between 40 to 1 hour, because there's so many different things you can do. It's just crazy. So this thing is super customizable, okay? Now, the button placement is excellent. Everything is nice and low. Okay, now no headphone jack, but I will say this. The audio on here through the USB Type-C port is better than both of these devices as well. It just sounds better to me. So these are all the reasons why I love this device. Oh, you got the alert slider, which neither one of these devices have. And this phone has an IR blaster, which is what neither one of these devices have either. Now, which one is my device of the year? This is not easy. I know y'all think it's easy because y'all figured I just gave this device way more praise than I did the rest of them. But that don't make it easy, because like I said, Samsung for me makes the best overall software on Android, in my opinion. They just do. And I love this foldable device. But when it comes down to it overall, which one is my device of the year? Which one, makes me want to use it the most out of all 3 of these? It's going to be the Vivo X Note. I'm sorry. It just is. I mean, better cameras than both of these devices, in my opinion. Better biometrics, face and fingerprint. Better display. Okay. Better performance. All right. IR blaster. Smoother, faster. I mean, it's just faster, battery charging speeds, wired, wirelessly, reverse. I mean, those things are important to me. Now, they may not be important to you. You may be saying, oh, I'm just sticking with my Samsung, or I just can't get this device because I can't get it through a carrier. I understand that. but it will work on AT&T and T-Mobile. Okay, and you get 5G services. But I understand if you can't afford to get it because it's not available here through a carrier. I understand it. But if you save up your money and you really want this and you want to get it, I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. I'm telling you, you're going to love this device. It's huge now, but it's not super heavy, but it's huge. It's big. Okay. You're going to love the cameras. You're going to love the biometrics. You're going to love the performance. You're going to love the speakers. You're going to love the sound quality. You're going to love everything about this device, honestly. Now, this is a Chinese ROM one, so if you can try to get a global ROM, or maybe you could flash it. I don't know. I'm using the Chinese ROM. Not a big deal for me. Everything is in English pretty much. Like I say 99% of everything is in English. There's a few things that are in Chinese, but those are things that are really not relevant or really important to me. Not a big deal, but man, this thing is so customizable too. But this is the phone that I want to use the most on a daily basis. Now, let me say this again. With the Samsung Note 20 Ultra, this is still the device that never comes out of my pocket. I have to have this phone in my pocket 24/7 because there's software on here that One UI, I need this. It's just a must for me. I just like Samsung Pass. This don't have nothing like that. Samsung Dex. This don't have nothing like that. The S Pen. This doesn't have that either. There's certain things on here, Samsung Note, certain things on here I need. It's just a must have for me. But this is the device that I want to use the most on a regular basis. The Vivo X Note. Yes, Samsung was my device of last year. This year, it's Vivo. What's going to be next year? We shall see. I got to get my hands on that S23 Ultra. I heard it's a beast. So I'm just waiting for that price to drop to where I feel, it's worth for me getting. It ain't dropped enough yet. But I'll get back to y'all on that one. All right, so thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody out there staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.